Hello friends, welcome to Wire Digital YouTube channel, Microsoft SQL Server tutorial. In this session, I am going to discuss about SQL Server data types and SQL Server operators. First, we can go through what is a data type. What is a data type? You can observe the naming conventions. It's nothing but a data type. How many types of data we are seeing our regular life? We are saying numbers data, characters data, and date format data, and special symbols. Special symbols is nothing but when we can create a password or when we can have an email ID, we can give some special symbols. That special symbols is nothing but a dot, at the rate symbol, hash. All these are related of special symbols. By coming into the data type, data types are used to represent the nature of the data that can be stored in a database tables. For example, in a particular column of a table, I want to store a string data type. Then we will have to declare the string data type to the particular column. In the market, we have two types of data types. One is Unicode data type and non-Unicode data type. What is Unicode? What is non-Unicode? What is the main difference of these two data types? Unicode data type adds nothing but it support all languages and it occupied each character as 2 byte of size. And non-Unicode, it supports only US English. Simple example, in the file system, you can take it as a text file or CSV file. It will be an non-Unicode format because whatever you can enter the data in Notepad, all the data will be treated as English format, US English format. But when we can give Excel file or any other database, based on the data we can define as it's a Unicode data or non-Unicode data. Simple example, Unicode data, it's all language. Like if I'm working on some Chinese project, I want to insert some Chinese characters in my information. That part it will be accepted unique code. And non-unique code, it supports only English language. That means only alphabetical characters. So in these two parts we can define as formatted data types, three types. One is string data type, numeric data types, and datetime data types. And what are the string data type? String means collection of characters. We can call it as string. That string format we have multiple types. You can observe here the in the string data type you can see we have a character data type and var character data type and text and nchar and varchar and ntext. You can observe here char varchar text, it is a non-Unicode data. That means it supports only English language. And whenever we are seeing that nchar, nvarchar, ntext, it supports any type of language. Simple example, if you are not able to identify the data type of a particular column, for the spot fix, we can give nvar character. And then binary data. Binary data is nothing but a other than the characters, like binary, var binary, image, and also we can store the image format, and also we can store the var binary. Like you can observe when we can give a data points to our personality, like when we can take an Aadhaar card, on that part I can give an my iris, my image, my fingerprints. All this information is coming under the var binary or binary or image format. And numeric data types. In this numeric data types we have a two types of numbers. You can imagine we have two types of numbers. What are the two types of numbers? One is whole number, one is decimal number. We can call it as integer, tiny int, small int, big int, right? These are all the integer data types. You can observe what is the bit. Bit is nothing but a true or false. It's a simple example. I have a bank account. When I am analyzing the data on bank, this account is active or inactive. That part we can use bit operator. Active means 0, inactive means 1. I can define like that. And tiny int, it's a earlier stages of earlier stage version of data type, tiny int and small int. And now we have using integer or big int. Based upon the scenarios we can apply the data type size. If size is exceeded, when we can, if simple example you can observe here, tiny int 0 to 255 numbers, it will allow the particular column. If the column data type size is excluded, that like if you can define as a tiny int in your id column, but you are trying to enter 256 number, it will throw an error because this maximum size is 255 but user can apply 256. That on that time it will throw an error. In this decimal part you can observe decimal. What is the decimal? Numeric, float, real, small money and money. These are all the data types are same, but precision and mediation is different. You can observe here a decimal m comma d. M default it's to 18. That means up to 18 numbers it will be allowed. But after decimal point, you can defaultly d means default. It will give an a specified number of values after decimal point. And numeric also same. It will represent it in the decimal. Like decimal is a this and numeric is synonym of decimal. And float also same, but its default is nothing but a 53 53. It will allowed numbers, float of numbers. And real it's a float of 24. And small money up to these numbers we can give as a money point. Like I want to give 1 lakh above in my column salary, like that we can define as a small money or money. We can representing it in into a particular column. And last and final one we have date and time data types. What is date and time data types? Why we are using? Example, if you want to store your date of birth in your column, date of birth in your column, what are the formats you can define that column? You can format that date or date and time or date time to small date time date time offset. Based on the ranges of values, we can define a date and time in the particular column. It's a date of birth we can define as date time or date. If you have a only date, you don't know the time, you can define that column as a date. If you define a date time but you can enter only date, automatically date time values will be taken as 0000. So you can define as a time when you can define as date time. If you are not defining the time, whenever you are using date time data type, automatically time values will be a 0. And date time, you can observe it's a common interview question. What is date time and date time 2? Date time is displaying only on the format of, you can observe year, month, date, hour, minute, seconds, milliseconds. But when we compare with the date and time 2, you can observe here date time it's a starting year is 1753 and ending year 9999. But here double 0001 and 9999. But ranges values will be differ, as well as year values, starting year values will be differ from the date time and date time 2. You can observe here milliseconds, here fractional of seconds will be defined. And small date time and date of time offset. Based on the scenario, we can apply the date time functions. Simple example, we can go one table with all the with all the data types. In observe here. I'm trying to create a employee table. You can observe here. Create table employee. Okay, simple example. Create table employee. And uh, what are the columns you can define? What are the columns you can define? I can define employee ID. Employee ID is nothing but which type of data you can imagine. But for the particular column, what are the data you are trying to insert after creation of a table? I'm trying to give an integer number, so I can give integer. And employee name. Let's say employee name. In the name part, we can give any numbers. No, you can imagine our name. It will not, and it will not include it into numbers. So I can give var char. Var char. I will explain later what is the main difference between char and var char. And var char. And salary. You can observe here. Salary is an integer. No. Maybe sometimes salaries will get 10,000, or sometimes we will get salaries as 10,000.49 rupees. So on that time we can give as money, or small money, or real, float, decimal, whatever it may be. Based on the requirement, based on our understandability, we can give the data type for the salary purpose. And email ID, you can observe here. Email ID is a part of collection of words, characters, numbers, and special symbols. On that part we can use varchar. Varchar also accepts numbers, characters, and special symbols. And we can observe here one more thing, address. Maybe if I'm in I want to store the address in uh, Tamil language, I can use and varchar of 100. That means it supports any language of this data type. And then employee date of birth. What is the data? If you want to store date and time or only date, I want to store only date, I can use date format. Or I can use date time, I can use small date, I can use date time offset. Like that we can define a data types. And then finally employee, you can imagine employee image. I can use image data type. Like in this way, based on the data, which type of data you can representing into a column, based on that data we can define as a data type. The observe naming conversion you can observe. In previous session also we can discuss about, first we can understand the naming conversions in SQL Server, then we can try to implement. And that part, it's a data type. Which format of data? It's a character data or numeric data or date and time or image format or wire binary or text. Then we can use the text remarks. I want to give an remarks of employee. In that part, I don't know how much characters it will be uh, representing the column. So on that time I can give it as text. Based on this, we can create a table. Now you can observe, I want to create a table. I want to create a table in my SQL practice database. Then table, incorrect syntax near correct remarks. Now you can observe there is no comma, we are missing the commas. Then you can observe here comments are completed successfully. Now you can see your SQL practice database. We are creating an SQL employees table. As employees table, you can observe here this employees table. You can expand the employees table and you can go to the underneath of columns. Then each and every column you can observe what are the data type. This column can be allowed only numbers. This column can be allowed only numbers, characters, special symbols, and salary. This column will be allowed only decimal numbers part. Email ID, it will allow any type of data. Address, it will allow all language supported column. Date of birth, it will allow only date formatted data. And image, it's accept only image formatted data. And remarks, it's nothing but a text formatted data. So based on this data type, we can represent the data into a particular column information as rows. Column information as rows. So you can do more practice to get idea about the data types. And now we can discuss about the operators part. What is operators? Operators we learn from our childhood onwards, like arithmetic operators, logical operators. You can observe arithmetic operators, logical operators, right? And comparison operators. What are the arithmetic operators? What are the arithmetic operators? You can see arithmetic operators is nothing but a mathematical operators, like how we can add two columns result into a single column, how we can add two numbers, and we can apply this plus symbol, addition symbol in select clause and adding two columns, or we can do some calculation part in the select statement. We can use all the arithmetic operators. You can observe add, subtract, divide, multiply, and modulo operator. We can learn these operators from our childhood, but here how we can apply these operators in our select statement, we can see in the practical session. Then SQL comparison operators, how we can compare the data. How we can compare? It's nothing but it's a equal data or greater than or equal to data, or less than or equal to, greater than, less than, equal to or not equal to. This data will be how we can, like how we can this employee ID equal to 10, employee salary greater than 10,000. This purpose we can apply on the comparison operators. And logical operators, logical operators and or not. It's a true, we have a logical operators like true, false, false, true, 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 false, true, like and or operators. If two condition is true, then these two conditions are satisfied, then display the result. If one condition is false, then it won't it won't provide the result set. This purpose we can use on operators, but mainly arithmetic or mainly comparison operators or logical operators we can use inside the where class. After where class we can apply these logical operators and comparison operators. Then you can see the next video with the practical sessions of SQL operators, and before that we can complete on where class classes part. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel to get more videos. Thank you very much.